back to the Quest for Treasure on the Quest for Details channel, and we're doing a little series on collections. So these are stones. There'll be little photographs that I'll put in here in this video of this trip when we went and found them. But these are black fire opals. So these are the rarest of all the fire opals, and these I found. These three. I also have the rest that were found on the same trip by me and my family. And this is probably my favorite stone to hunt, and this comes from the deserts of Nevada. Pretty self-explanatory. Here's a regular opal. This is a lower quality. We're actually losing our light, which is why I drove down here. You can see through it, but it's not the common opal that I show you all the time. This is actually fire. This has all the flecks and the flames down in there. Just a beautiful thing. This one is rough. You can see right in that window a little bit of its fire. This is the heart stone. This took me an entire day to dig, and if you do that, you're not always even guaranteed a piece this big. But here is why they are so sought after. They're only found in Australia and in Nevada. And this black opal is a stable opal, meaning that it's from the higher altitudes. You have to drive way up to the top of the mountains. It's been exposed for millions of years, and it won't shatter if you put it in jewelry. It won't fall apart. A lot of opals aren't stable. They're only specimen pieces. Now, I do have mineral oil on this, and that's just because it's something extra that I can do. And it's how I've decided to keep my specimen, but I don't have to keep it trapped in there. But look at these colors. So, opal has a lot of water in it still. So what I'm trying to explain, in case you don't understand the terms, is that it can be unstable, meaning it will literally, if you tried to make a piece of jewelry out of it, it would dry up and crack and then fall apart as the water dried out of the stone. But these are baked in the sun for millions of years, so they're stable. Our light has gone away on us. I'm going to have to reshoot the rest of this somewhere else. So we'll be right back. Different spot, different hour, and different light, but we might as well use this because each light on these is different. And so you've seen opals that are blue like the outside of this, but these are black, and I was super lucky to find this. This was another one of those. Yeah, the fire and the black won't show up until I get this into a different light. So we'll be back. And yes, it is a piece of petrified wood. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this video here of the opals. These are the fire opals, and this is why I wanted to get it in the light, is because this is true black opal, which is only found in a couple of places in the world. And it isn't just dark green or dark olive green, it is black. This actual specimen is black, and it's still got the fire in it, as you can see. Every color. So these have a large percentage of water in them, but these are the most stable black opals that you can find. So you can use them in jewelry. They're still prone to chipping. They're not a very hard stone, but these won't crack on you in theory. But yeah, every color. And the outer line is more what you see in common, or not common, but blue, more less rare opals. Put the fire in there. And then the other half is here. Oh, that's just awesome. Don't drop the $800 rock. These are really big chunks. That was a rough estimate. On site was 870 bucks, as I can remember it. So this was drive from where I was in mid-California, a full day at 90 miles an hour to get to Winnemucca out in Nevada, stay there overnight, wake up the next day, and then drive most of the day to outside Denio, and that's where the Opal mines are. And then you drive way up some crazy dirt road. We had to pay money, and then they go over with a bulldozer, so it's the real deal, on the side of their big white chalky cliff. And in front of your eyes, they scoop out these huge scoops. Huge, like a 4-yard full-size scoop, oversized a little bit, 4 yards, no joke. And drop off about, I guess, 16 yards, like 4-yard piles. And it's dusty, and there's no water, and it's windy, and even these are covered in white dust. And so you can't see everything, so you're trying to thumb everything. It's probably how I saw this, was like the shiny smooth surface. Anything like that, you're filling up a bag, and then you're basically saving all that. So I had a pile of petrified wood, and I knew this when I got it. It had a big enough black surface where I thumbed it off. I was like, yep, look at the colors. That's why it's my favorite stone to hunt. You have to go a long ways out there, but when you get it, holy moly. And it was my mom's second trip or third trip at that point. She got totally skunked, and there was 10 other groups of diggers up there, and they were 80% skunked. So it isn't an easy thing to do once you've driven days out to do it. But yeah, so we have questers out there right now. My mom and my cousin went back, and they're going to send us videos and show us what they found. See if we can get this, the blue out here. This was my oldest girl's finds. So you can see there's the size of my hand, and that's a petrified little branch like mine. It actually has the black inside. So that's a little tube. So that's really cool because it was a actual little branchlet. You can see the color there. But yeah, full day, almost 4-day round trip. And lots of fun. Grandparents, all the girls and all of us out there, so it's one of the best trips. The photos are included here. So all I was doing at the time was collecting pictures, but not bad. So she probably had the second best find of the day on that pile. So leave it to beginner's luck. with us. Found these, and these are pretty cool examples of the little chunks that you can turn up. This is your average fines. So these don't have the black, but they were coming out of the same mine. And they're just little chunks. We have these in mineral oil just to keep them safe. Good way to preserve them and make sure that they're not drying out or anything. Don't want to forget them for 10 years in a drawer and find a little cracked rock later on. But that wasn't bad either. That's your average finds on the mine. Here to there we found some diggings and some mines, old claims, and didn't have to pay, and we were able to dig lemon meringue opal, which is a less precious opal, but I think it's beautiful. It looks like amber, and this is a piece I've rounded down. It has a white chalky kind of rind that looks like that, so I've ground that most of the way off. So those were the opals that I found on that trip, and there's no way of recounting or bringing you back to film it. I'll give you the still shots and the collection. I had to come outside for the bright light because I'm just not getting home each day in time to film it in my yard. But so that's the lemon meringue, and we filled Safeway sacks half of the way up with this stuff. That was really awesome. I was really happy. This is a really, really good specimen. That's why I have it aside in a jar, trying to slowly grind it like down into a pendant. So that's with water dripping and a cold stone. So I use a hand driven, not electric. You literally crank it with your hand. But whatever you're using, go slow. Use a lot of water so you don't heat the stone. Never heat your stone up or it can fracture easier. And I literally... You can see these were clean breaks, but this whole side of it's been ground, and then same treatment. I have it in mineral oil because it doesn't hurt, but I'm hoping to get a big teardrop out of here, and these inclusions should kind of end up looking like a little moss agate thing with some ghosts floating through it. So I think you can see that back in there. Precious opal.